Hi guys, George here again at Optics Warehouse, and today something a little different. Going to do our first day optic test here at our land with the steel targets. So the scope I've chosen to do this is the brand new Falcon Optics S10i 1-10x24. The reason I've chosen this, one, it's brand spanking new, it's just come in literally today. And second of all, I've been waiting for this scope for quite a while, because whilst it isn't a true LPVO spec, it's a side focus too, which, I mean, sub £1,000, you don't see that, let alone sub £500, let alone sub £300. Do you ever see a side focus LPVO? I have been waiting for ages for this to come out so I can put it on my rifle, so do not expect me to be objective. Without further ado, this is the Falcon. I'll go through some of the specs of it. So 1:10 magnification, a nice slick magnification ring there. It does come with a throw lever fully attached. It's illuminated, lift up to unlock turrets, and they are in 0.1 mRad increments. Don't know if the mic's picking up, but they are very audible and really tactile. You'll see it looks really long here. That is because it does actually come with two sunshades. Because it's really bright here, I've put both of them on so I can, with our scope camera, hopefully get some actually representative footage of what it's like to actually look through this scope. Side focus, it does come down to 10 meters. So for you HFT boys, this scope is going to be pretty hard to beat. So some of you may remember Falcon had a very similar scope to this already in their product line, a 1:10 S10i fixed. You bought it in either a fixed 25 parallax or a fixed 100 meter parallax. What was happening though is you make your dioptic adjustment and suddenly that's going to move, because that's how that works. And so for HFT, being that it's such a niche sport in, maybe not here in the UK, but further afield it definitely is, it was blurring at the wrong points. Now you can fine tune that blur to where you want it to be, so you can keep what you want in focus. So if you want to have from, say, 25 to 35 as your sharp focal point, you can set it up that way. Or if you want it a bit further, a bit closer, however you prefer to shoot. As well though, I think this is going to be a pretty broadly applicable scope for a lot of people. If you want a lightweight hunting setup, you're not going to get much lighter than this, but you can use it on your air gun, a rimfire, a centre fire. It's absolutely fine to use on all of those styles of rifles. Civilian service rifle, it's going to be fine for that. It's small, lightweight, and it's got really good optic quality, especially for the price point. There have been some tweaks to the reticule. So the original S10 reticule, there were some criticisms that it was a little bit busy, so the extended dots have been removed. Maybe I quite like them, but that's by the by, this is still a pretty nice reticule. The centre dot has come down from 0.22 mRad, which was the original, to 0.1, so it's really super fine. So what I'm going to do, I don't really know how the best to do this, because this is the first time doing it with a day scope, but we've got our steel Hardux targets from about 10 meters or so away all the way up to 200, like we do with the thermals, and I'm going to film through this scope, hopefully give you a representation of what it's like to look through, and maybe run through some of the more of the features and let you guys decide what you think about it. So I'm just going to set up with my camera here now. So starting off, that is our rat at 10 or so meters. Now, it might look a little bit smaller than usual because we're actually on 1x magnification. And you can't really quite see it, but this gives a really nice wide field of view. I'm just going to pan over to the right, there's our other rat. Through the scope here, it is crystal clear. Even at 200 yards with the fallow buck, I can clearly identify that even on one mag. Over there. So I'm just going to now zoom right in on that central fox. And he, if I remember rightly, is about 150 yards-ish, I want to say. And there you can see, really easy to identify. You can see there's a lot of heat shimmer here at the moment because it is just a flat field baking in the sun. There's going up to 200. You can see it is still pretty much in focus, and that is because one 24mm objective keeps everything in focus over, or gives you a greater focal depth, but also you've got the two sunshades there, so you can increase your own focal depth to suit your needs, which I think is a brilliant feature. I'm going to zoom back out again. As you know, I like to zoom in on something close as well, give you an idea of the focus there. So get that nice and sharp. Okay, no detail loss up close, or at relatively long distance. And it's not hard to find targets with this scope at all. So guys, that's been the Falcon Optics S10i. I hope that you've enjoyed that one, found it informative. If you want to find out more, please give us a call. As I said, this has not been an unbiased review at all. Fully endorse this scope. See you next time. Bye bye.